So, what do I want to talk to you guys about in this episode? Well, specifically, I want to talk about the coconut crown. Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What's happening? It's your girl Mo with that easy, cheesy, and lame ass flow. Coming to you live from Cape Town, South Africa. This sounds so scripted, guys. It's so unbelievable. But whatever, because we are content creators. This is what we do. This is what we live for. This is why we are here. Welcome, people, to episode 2 of the Coconut series. We back. So I wanted to speak about the coconut crown. And that specifically relates to the top of our heads. I want to speak about how we relate to that. And I want it to be very clear that I am not speaking about your hair. I'm not talking about hair. I'm talking about the top of our heads. Hair is a vessel that will be used, yes, during this discussion, perhaps. But I also want to invite people who have a different understanding of a crown that doesn't have hair. Do you understand what I mean? Like, that is just as important because no hair is a crown all on its own. And we have used hair as a crown. So the coconut crown is about understanding how we relate to the top of our heads and how we crown ourselves. How do we honor the top of our heads? That is what the coconut crown is about. So before we delve into that, we need to understand what a crown actually is. What is it used for? Why do we need to understand this? Because then it brings into context what the coconut crown is. So in simple terms, a crown is some kind of cap of sovereignty. It's some kind of reward for honor that is placed on top of your head, but it's derived from a wreath, and a wreath is kind of like this kind of like embodiment of flowers people used to put on their heads. But it's about your sovereignty. It's about honor. It's about rewarding. It's about victory, and that's what a crown represents. But I found a very, very interesting meaning of crown too. And I want to share this meaning with you. It says here that a crown is also the region of a seed plant at which the stem and the root merge. Now, how can we take that meaning and relate it to how we want to interpret coconut crown, right? So it's about, how do you relate to the top of your head? What do you do to the top of your head? How do you honor yourself? How do you honor your power? When you think about way back when you weren't in the know and how you related to your hair and your head, I think of like the moment of shame of walking into a hair salon and having to unwrap my wrap of shame, I like to call it, and expose myself in front of a full hair salon and go from being completely vulnerable and exposed and showing people that I have not been taking care of myself to a complete glow up, to a complete, you leave a completely different person because someone took care of your crown. Someone in that moment saw your crown and saw how fucking messy it was and decided you need your crown to be fixed. So how then can we personally look after our own crowns? How can we personally have a better relationship with our own crowns? What do we need to do for us to look at ourselves differently and release the false programming? Remember that. How do we release the false programming of what you thought your crown meant to you? And then how do you change that idea and that meaning? That means you have to go back and understand what the top of your head is and why you need to crown it every single day. Now, where do you go from here? Now that you know what a crown is, now that you know the importance of the top of your head, how then do you go about changing your relationship? I think the very first step is changing your intention. When you're waking up in the morning and you're putting those oils into your hair, what is your intention? When you're wrapping your head with a cloth that your mother gave you or some kind of material that you bought that spoke to you that day, what is your intention? When you're shaving your head every single year on a specific day, what is your intention? Because then you are able to be cognizant in your mind and in your physical body, in your voice, in your everything about you is able to hear what your intention is simply because you're speaking it into existence. Your body then can respond to this self-love that you're pouring into yourself. The self-love that you're pouring into your crown, your body can respond to. It is important for you to realize that as a human being, the most important relationship right now is the relationship that you have with yourself. Your crown, honey, is a mark of honor. It is a reward for victory. It is the part of the seed where the root and the stem merge. It is an indication of power, of imperial power or regal power, power over yourself, power over the body that you inhabit, that you possess. That is what your crown is. So whenever you touch the top of your head, whenever you recognize the top of your head, whenever you moisturize the top of your head, whenever you crown yourself in the morning, speak those words into the top of your head. Oh no, but wait, this is not over yet. You thought I was going to leave this whole thing without giving you some type of challenge? Nah, honey. So my challenge for you is for you to create a crowning ceremony for yourself in the mornings, in the evenings, whatever time best suits you. For you to walk into the bathroom, look at yourself in the mirror, and crown yourself. And this could look different for different people. Make it personal. It could be from you just putting your hands on top of your head, to you wrapping your head, to you washing your hair, to you washing your head. The list is endless. But I want you to be cognizant of the life that you're speaking into your crown. Speak nothing but victory, but love, but peace, but honor, but power, but all things that you want yourself to possess. Speak it into your crown.